You know, sometimes you put a wig on and you just feel it. Hey! It's Romania Black, and the only time I'd ever dress up as Griffith is if he has a giant smack mark across his face, and so here we are. Because volume 38 was amazing. Amazing. So I'm revigorated. I was like, well, I want to do a different cosplay before we catch up. And somebody asked in the comments if I would do guts, but I can't. The short hair is hard to pull off, and I'm not going to chop my hair off. A wig is so much better, and short wigs are just hard to manage sometimes. And I didn't find one that really suited guts, but I could use this for other things other than Griffith. But after getting the sense slapped into him, probably not, but we all would like it to be the case, by Rickert last volume, oh my gosh. And we finally made it to Elf Helm. Finally, after like a decade in real time, we finally made it to Elf Helm, and it doesn't look like they're just going to show up and it's going to be a walk in the park and all of our answers are going to be solved hunky-dory. No, time works different on this island. There are these individuals that seem like they're mages. They could be elves. We don't know for sure, but they've inhabited these scarecrows, and Guts and Isidro are fighting their way through them. So yeah, I've got a couple comments I want to talk about before we start. One comment is basically from Moomin. Moomin talks about how Yzma is probably around 13 to 15, around the same age as Isidro and Schierke. So that's good to know. Invox talks about how they wanted to know if I thought that Sonia was like Casca. And they pointed out similarities in terms of Sonia and Casca both kind of having a lot of adoration towards Griffith. And I think that there are a few similarities. Definitely that they both admire Griffith and they both care about him. The thing is, I think that there is more differences than there are similarities. Whereas Griffith allowed Casca to learn how to have a sword by showing her that she needs to fight and defend herself in order to survive. Sonia is kind of weird because on the one hand, he didn't give Sonia that same sword to save herself, but Sonia's also clairvoyant, so she's able to help herself in a different manner. So she is a lot different than Casca. I think it's interesting that Sonia has aspects of her mind that can tap into other people's minds, whereas Casca's mind is kind of shut off. I think that's interesting. I also think, too, that Sonia lusts for Griffith. She lusts after him, whereas Casca was a genuine adoration, care, without the expectation of anything sexual. And I think that Sonia, she's only, 14 or 15, so it's a little bit off for her, but I do think she's expecting something in return, like what Charlotte gets from Griffith. Now, in the same vein that Sonia is jealous of Charlotte and Casca was jealous of Guts's connection with Griffith, there's a connection there. But I think there are definitely, here's my thing. I feel like comparing Sonia and Casca is demeaning to Casca. I feel like it makes Casca look worse by comparing her to Sonia. Now, if you say Sonia has traits similar to Casca, then sure, that, doesn't make Casca look bad. But I don't want to diss Casca's character by saying she's like Sonia, because there's enough differences, I feel. I went back through as I'm working on stuff for my video essay that I will do at some point. It'll probably even be next year before I get done with it, because video essays take a long time to do on top of the work that I do for the channel. But anyway, I was looking back through all of the volumes, and I did notice a couple of things when I did my read back through. One was that in volume 22, Raxus said that he liked Griffith and he wanted his head. And I forgot that he said that way back then. And then you had the last volume where he's like, he wants to kill Griffith. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's some consistency with this character. That's good to note. He's just following Griffith to be as close as he, keep your friends close, your enemies closer sort of scenario. So I thought that was interesting. And then in volume 23, we saw a shooting star after Griffith had let the souls free from battle. And when we met Griffith, and Mule and him kind of had that moment where Mule kind of said, I'll be your, be your follower. And so I thought that was interesting. So I don't know if that was supposed to be a sign that there was the different pathways already kind of taking shape in the astral world, and that was the baby on the move, or if it was the moment the baby left Griffith and went towards Guts and Casca and all them. I don't know. We don't know the full story yet. I'm hoping that this volume we get some answers As far as what the baby is, maybe if we meet this elf king, we'll finally figure out, is the baby the elf king, or are they even related? And if that's ruled out, then it's just another piece of the puzzle that's there for us. But I'm super excited. I can't believe we just have this volume and then 40, 41, the guidebook, and 42. It's wild. I've heard a lot of people, I get updates on Twitter, and I usually stay away from updates, but every now and then one will just pop up, and I'll just ignore it because I don't want to read anything and be spoiled. But since I'm so close, I have noticed that Berserk has not updated in several months, and a lot of people are frustrated with it, but I'm like, I will talk about it in the video essay, but I don't envy Miura. I really don't. I would be absolutely terrified if my best friend died and left me in charge of their story. And having to draw that and not being Miura, that'd be a lot. So I don't blame him for taking breaks. It's like, if you want the story to continue, you just gotta be patient with it. So anyway, we'll just have to see. But I'm excited to get started with this volume and see what we get for the rest. We also have posters that we get to look at. We're finishing up Deluxe Volume 13, so that'll be really exciting. But I'm super excited. I hope you all are as well. So we are going to say, this is my most pretentious voice. We're going to get started, I suppose, with volume 39 of Berserk. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. All right. So these scarecrows that have the little mage's hats. I love it. I love the classic mage design. Yes. All right. Volume 39. Ooh. And we see Guts. It looks like he's basically striking his sword through the scarecrows. Usually the cover happens much later in the volume and you don't get to see as much, but here it's pretty obvious what it is. So keeping things close to the vest, are we? Maybe. Okay. Now, we don't have any new characters here, so I feel like it's okay to look through this and see if there's anything new that might... She has a stilted side to her personality. Oh, Schierke. Everything seems fine, although Roderick's there too, and Serpico, so I don't know if that's going to have any part to it. And then Rickard's like... Rickard had a great volume last time, so... We can go ahead and read this one, I think. Guts and crew fend off the sea god's attack and finally make landfall at their destination, Elf Island. The journey is nearly over to find a safe place for Casca to live and have an audience with the elven leader, who's said to have some way of restoring Casca's mind. The party hurry forward to find this ruler, but lying in wait for them are traps and spells in place to drive away visitors. Of course, nothing could be easy, right? We couldn't just expect them to just show up and the Elf King be like, oh, sure, I'll help you out. Now, the thing about it, too, is if he restores Casca's mind, like we think he's going to, is Casca ain't going to stay there. She's going to travel with them. So what do we do about that? I feel like back before Guts realized that, one, this place was in a different time parameter than he originally thought. I think his intention was, I'm just going to take Casca there, drop her off at the island where she's safe, and then go on and face Griffith. But so much has changed since that original plot that it's not what it once was as a goal. So honestly, there's no telling what will happen. She may stay there, she may not, she may get her mind back, she may not. Miura could do whatever he wants with this, and there's a lot of different what-if routes, so I'm going to be curious to see what he ends up choosing. Oh, the flame puppet. Well, Isidro's one dagger is with fire spirits, so I wonder how that's going to play into it, because if the elves are on this island, then the spirits, are they going to listen to Isidro, or are they going to listen to the elves here? Oh, this feels so fall. It feels so festive to have like the pumpkins and the scarecrows. This feels so appropriate for October, doesn't it? The longer the weapon, the longer the reach. Oh, and he has a scythe too. You know what I think of? Was it Spyro the Dragon? Yes, it was the second Spyro the Dragon where there were all the scarecrows and they were the sheep. They were the sheep. Maybe it was the first Spyro, but they were like sheep on stilts and they were the scarecrow and you had to like go through and Spyro could like catch them on fire, which might happen in this. Maybe was Spyro influenced by Berserk? It very well could be. But Spyro came out in the 90s, so it would be the opposite in this scenario. No, buddy, I'm not throwing this toy to you. But to me, that makes you a sitting duck. Okay. You would think that the straw on the scarecrows would catch fire easily and that would be it, right? But there's magic involved, so it's probably not going to be that easy. A bunch of straw training posts. Protect the ladies. Aye, sir. You know what? Why can't Schierke and Farnese and them use some of their magic and be of use rather than just standing there? It's no use. They're too strong. They're not stopping at all. What's with the guy in black and that big sword? Hey, maybe I sense some magic from them. No way. People from the outside of the island are just savages. Oh, they're about to find out that Field holds some more surprises. Oh, no. Oh, no. And they're getting like all caught up. That looks a little bit like Farnese's magic. You know what? As much as I appreciate Guts and all of them being so manly and going out and being brawny, I'm like, you know what? Maybe in a field of magical things, let's let some of the ladies that have some magical abilities do their part. Oh, how festive. Oh, I love it. It feels very Return to Oz. I like it. This is getting old. This does truly seem like a magical island. Guts saying it's a little early for the Harvest Festival. Oh my God, womp womp. Dad jokes. There we go, Serpico. Ooh, I like Serpico smashing through the pumpkins. That's of course, Yzma's the one that can't really do anything on the island because she's best in water. So her just smashing them with the pumpkins is actually really cute. Roland's just going to get you even more tangled. Blasted weird things. I'm still not sure about Azon. The more I go back and I looked back at the previous chapters, the more Azon being there is weird because Azon did have his helmet on, but he showed his face a lot. And the fact that Azon is not showing his face at all in this is a bit weird to me. In the words of Jessica Wilde, that was weird to me. There's no end to them. They'll just slowly force us back. It's all right. I appreciate your patience. Good. There we go. Nice. Okay. Oh, and they sprouted all the wheat and everything. Oh, was it making them turn back to what they were and get the magic out of them? Oh, nice. I like that Yzma's still trying to mess with the pumpkins. A spell had been cast on the field using the power of gnomes, earth spirits. I modified the spell to enhance the ripening workings of the earth spirits. Fight magic with magic. Yes, that's what they should have done to start with, honestly. They looked down on this. They took down the scarecrows. What do we do? And also that was magic. Could it be? Now, all of them, they all look different ages. Like that one looks older, so you're too easy on them. Oh, is the Elf King telling them? So does he have like little mages guarding his lair? Interesting. They bite us, we bite back. Oh, Isidro's face! Well then, is that the end of the rough welcome? No, probably not. A fire, no. That's another part of the welcome. Oh my God, it's like Wicker Man. It just comes out. Yes. Oh my God. A Wicker Man. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. The bees, not the bees. That's amazing. Oh, wow. Well, my Nicolas Cage movie knowledge came in handy. Yes, please. I've read about them in books. Oh, I was like, did Yzma? I was like, if Guts said he read about Wicker Men in books, I was like, Miura, what you smoking? When did Guts have time to read books? But Yzma, that makes more sense. Accounts of a fetish that uses the life force of sacrifices locked within a giant figure and set ablaze using ancient magic. Well, that's the plot, basically. Oh, I swear you guys are too soft. Morta, you brought out something like that. It's taboo. Ha! So what if it's taboo? It exists for times like this. Its potential is wasted as a mere decoration. I love all these witches! Yes, please! Oh, she looks like, I feel like Soul Eater would be inspired by her design. This femme fatale witch. What good is a puppet if you don't play with it? Oh, I love that Schierke's gonna find her people. She's gonna find her tribe. Oh my God, all these spirits inside of it. Oh, interesting. The lighting on that looks really neat. Get 'em. Stop this foolishness, Morta. You're gonna burn up the field, too. Oh my gosh. Oh shit! We can't handle this! Wow, the line work on these pages especially looks really clean. Like, cleaner than usual for Miura. I know someone said back in the comments that he was playing around, Miura was, with adding some digital elements to his illustration style rather than just doing fully, like, hand-drawn things. But incorporating digital, if you've been doing hand-drawn for 30 years, is insane because, like, your muscle memory is trained so much with drawing, like, by hand, that if you try to do it, you know, vice versa, if you try to do it digitally after doing it hand-drawn for so long, and if you've done it digitally for so long, you try to do hand-drawn, it's not going to look the same. So if he switched over styles, that's insane. Maybe he took the pencil tracings and just did line work digitally, which still, that would be crazy. Yeah, the line work just looks a lot thicker. And it looks a lot thicker, but yet more refined throughout. Interesting. I'm sure you all will comment down below all about it. Okay, well, Morta, I like you, girl, but I don't know if your Wicker Man is going to stand up to Guts' giant-ass dragon slayer. Wow, and all the spirits. Interesting. Oh, well, here's where all of Griffith's spirits went. All the spirits Griffith's been collecting has gone to the Wicker Man. It just looks so cool. Village of Witches. Okay. So maybe this village is just like a bunch of the witches, like on the outskirts of Elf Helm Island, or maybe this is just like a safe place for them. Oh my gosh, all the skulls. Got them. Well done. Roast some marshmallows. But this might be a bit of a problem. At this rate, the fire will spread to the entire field. Well, let's run for it. Oh, no, you don't, thieves. You really did a number on my darling puppet. Oh, she's showing herself. But I'm not letting you escape. Watch as the flames surround you. A witch! Definitely a witch. I like this Serpico's like definitely a witch. She's literally on a flying broomstick. Oh, check it out. She's totally flying on a broom. Now that's the real deal, not like some kid I know. I'll beat you up. Oh, please wait. We're not enemies. You. Why is a magic user with them? And even elves. Morta, that's why we were telling you to wait. You never listen to others. Good grief. It's true. Oh, they all are. Well, most of them are kids, except Morta. She's entered her slutty phase. Interesting. Are you this island's... We're Skellig Island mages. But conversation can wait. If we don't hurry and do something about this fire, it'll wipe out the field. I put so much effort into those pumpkins. But with the flames this strong, our only option might be to summon a guru. A guru? Once some was well roasted. Oh, thanks. Oh, hey, there's Puck. Oh, really? They know Puck? What? He just said there's Puck. Like, what? Dude, Puck, you gonna say something about this? This is magic. It's amazing. That swift manipulation of the weather. It is? Yes. It usually requires a degree of planning and ritual to greatly influence nature. Here he comes. I wonder if Flora, if she was from here or if she knew them. Oh, great guru. Okay, so using guru means him. Looks like things are in hand. Kuka, Joni, Thune. Thank you for standing guard. Oh, sir, and as for Morta, she may be due for a lecture. Ha! Oh, hi, old Ged. You've been long away, mischief maker. Well, it'd be great if you had said something about this before, Puck, you knowing all of them. My guess you were put through the ringer on account of my delay. I apologize, this goat is quite old, like me, so we don't keep up with young legs. I am Gedfring, one who governs the mages of this island. Excuse me, great guru, were you aware we would visit this island? The ruler of the elves received an oracle. Well, then yes, that boy must be. A small wind whirling out from this island would draw in many fates and return as a tempest. A small wind whirling out from this island, what does that mean? Without even realizing it, he pulls everyone into a cyclone of destiny. It happened by chance, that's all. Are you saying that's me? Puck the storm? I mean, honestly, a small wind whirling out from the island would return as a tempest. That would make sense with Puck coming out and coming back in with all of them. Interesting. I feel like Puck could have told them about the mages if he knew about them. I don't know why Miura chose to make that a secret. For Puck to just be suddenly like, oh yeah, all the mages are here. Like, how would he not know that that's what it was? I'm really sorry. I dragged Alya into my story. And suddenly he acts like he's the hero. And another thing, I had my own premonition. An old friend came to me in a dream and said, look after my dearest little student when she visits. Do you mean? Ooh. Oh, Gedfring looking at Guts too. I wonder if he knows Guts through that little fairy that Guts saved way back in the flashback that we had a few volumes ago. Flora, she's just friends with everybody. She's letting everybody know. At any rate, come to our village and freshen up for your journey. I'll see to it you're introduced to the elven ruler. Well, that was easy. It's about time that they get some good things happen after all this hard struggle. He seems like he already knows everything. That's how it is with great mages. Got some foresight. Oh, it's like Treebeard, all the ints. Nice. What would you call this art? Old guy. It's an old tree guy. Oh, Magnifico. Oh, not an old man like a withered tree, but an old man like an old man. Like a tree like an old man. Well, how odd. It looks like it can move. Oh, it moves! Oh my god. What a fool. People from the outside are just like I heard. Stop playing around. Let's go. Come on. Oh, don't lick me. Put that tongue away. I'm Kuka. So the guy is Kuka. Oh, no, Joni. So she's Kuka. Joni is the guy with the short hair. And then Thune. Thune. I like Thune. And I'm Schierke. Nice to meet you. And that girl's Morta. She's going through her brat girl summer phase. What are a magic user and elves doing with this bunch? It's all sticky with sap. What do you think you're doing? We have a strange bond, and the purpose of our journey is... Okay, so catch everybody up to speed. Let them know what's going on. So you're here to restore her sanity. Originally, we sought a safe haven for her to live with the brand. But yes, I expect that's what her companion really wants. Look... As cute as Casca's little faces are, and as horrible as it's going to be for her to relive all that, like I've said before, I want Guts to say it's what she wants, but if I were in Casca's shoes, I'd want to be able to have my mind. I wouldn't want to be Simple Jack. I think I've heard that Flower Storm Monarch can use the corridor of dreams to go deep inside the mind, so it might be possible. Okay, so there's a legit way they can tap into the mind and make it happen. Guts' face. That is the most content and happy that I've seen Guts look in like 20 volumes. And Farnese, You're an intrepid bunch, though. The world's practically upside down. Yet you cross the ocean on a glimmer of hope. You must have felt it, too, if you're a mage, that great disturbance. The great roar of the astral world. That's what we call it. Ooh, I like the great roar. I like it. The one called the Hawk of Light caused it by attacking the many seals of the world's forest of the spirit tree. The Hawk of Light? Forest of the spirit tree? Guts and all that. What's that about, old man? Guts is like, what do you mean? Guts looks terrified. We'll discuss the details in the village. Look, you can see it now. There lies the Flower Storm Monarch's Elf Helm. Wow, that's one big-ass cherry tree. I'm floored. It's a storm of blossoms, like the title suggests. Wow, it almost looks like it looks kind of like an airbrush painting. Like all the petals and everything, it all looks airbrushed. It looks weird. It looks like it doesn't match. It's like once you leave the illustrated pages there, it becomes like almost photorealistic, sort of. I think that's what he's intending it to be, very otherworldly. Oh, wow. Never mind. I was like, oh, I don't know if Miura is going to be doing any like highly detailed backgrounds after this point. No, this is insane. Like every little tiny, all the light and everything. He's definitely playing around with 3D elements and digital elements in his backgrounds, which I don't blame him. If I had to draw that much all the time and it's just trees, makes me feel nostalgic. Yeah, it's just like Flora. So Flora basing her house off of something like this, right? It's a village of hats. The houses all do look like hats. They kind of do. Good job, Yzma. There's a bunch of houses that look like shirks. It hasn't changed. What are they doing over there? The young ones are practicing odd manipulation. Making trees bud like that is delicate work that makes for good training. Oh, that brings back old memories. I did that often too, although I didn't have any peers to practice with. Well, I'll introduce you later. Here, in accordance with our respective skill levels, we teach and are taught, and we thus hone our magic skills every day. It's like pre-Hogwarts. There are gurus among us who are absorbed in their own magic studies, but you can learn a lot by becoming an apprentice and helping them with research. It's like grad school. Magic grad school, basically. Oh, a mage training site. No, I guess it's more of a scholarly town. It's magnificent. Huh, boring is what it is. Morta, girl, you want to go? She wants to be like Ariel and go see the outside world. No matter how much we hone our magic skills, if we stay cooped up on an island like this, it's a waste of talent. What are you saying? A mage's duty is to observe the universe. I don't know, girl. Your friend's dressing pretty slutty and trying to get in her rebellious phrase, so... Never mind all that. Tell me about the outside world. Oh, I wish you'd cut it out. You're too hard-headed, Kuka. I think you could stand to broaden your horizons a little. But that's true for everybody on this island. That group, what's with those clothes? Are they from the outside? Barbarians. Scary, what are they? Wow, where have I seen that kind of reaction before? What's only natural? Oh, I love all the cherry blossoms. I love Isidro's face looking at Schierke like, Ma, look who was closed-minded when we first met her. But when people are blatantly that afraid of me, it makes me want to live up to the hype as an entertainer. Oh, innocent girls, I'm a dangerous barbarian. Oh, of course, yeah, and then they're like, no, hit him at the same time. Mm-hmm. I've seen this sight somewhere too. Now, everyone, we should peacefully be celebrating the return of the great Puck. Oh, Puck! Well, if it isn't Puck! Oh, so for my sake, I thought I hadn't seen you in a while. So when did you really leave the island? I like that he's been gone for years. For years? And they didn't even really know that he'd left. How dare you take a dip in my pot while I was making secret medicine? You emptied all of my bugs and snake cages and made my house a biohazard. You scribbled on my magic circle in the middle of a ritual. You put the love potion I made into the great guru's tea. Oh, no. So Puck basically was a bit of a delinquent himself. Okay. Good. Looks like you're all fitting in it already. Says you. Now then, first stop by my hall. I love that they look like little hats, the witch's hat, although that looks a bit creepy. It looks like a monster's mouth, right? And a face opening up. Mm-hmm. Morta is going to be, she's going to want to leave and be like, I just want to see the outside world. And she looks like she might cause trouble, which I'm like, girl, just because you entered your rebellious phase, do you really need to be doing that? But I'm very curious to know what they're going to react to when they explain everything about the hawk. Great gurus. All I can think of is Guru from Dragon Ball Z. When he was on Namek, he's like, Guru, Morta, kill it like the rest. Wow. Oh my gosh. You could fit your old place in here. Wow, and here's like all the doctoral candidates with the cat playing chess with all the crinkly hats. Wow, okay. This is beautiful. It looks very, it has a very Viking feel to it. It also feels like Middle Earth. Check. Well, the elixir I was cooking should be nearly done. I'd better return. That one guy, his eyes look very similar to Daiba's, which is interesting. The way his eyes are set. Danan. Isn't the food ready yet? Oh, what a farce. This is how you're going to escape again? What about yesterday? Going on about some ritual when the moon wasn't even out. So obvious. Oh, come now. You only just ate, old one. Did I? Oh, she's so pretty. I wonder if Flora just like, maybe Flora was like Morta and she just got out because she didn't want to stay in the humdrum life anymore. Maybe Morta and Flora are more similar. Is this the village senior center? That's the best thing Magnifico said this entire series. How rude. Like Master Gedfring, they are great gurus who govern the mages of the village. Master Skirble, the perplexed. Master Thrain, the resolved. Master Ginnar, the ponderous. And this is Danan, the domestic. Well, welcome. Miura, welcome home, Puck. You went on a long trip and back. They say travel makes a person grow, but somehow you shrank instead. He's grown cheekier. Well, I'll put the kettle on, so please get comfy. I don't know how to feel about the one female mage that's in this group of mages is Danan the domestic. That sounds... Miura, that sounds... I don't want to say it sounds sexist, but... Like, you have a guy that's perplexed, a guy that's resolved, a guy that's ponderous, but she stays in the kitchen. Like, what the fudge? No wonder Flora left. She's like, oh God, it's these bunch of sexist old guys on an island shouting, I ain't gonna stay here and make cookies for you all day. That seems so dated, right? That just, maybe that's the point. Maybe the island is dated and very close-minded and hasn't updated itself or modernized. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe this is intentional because I'm like, Miura, if your one female mage that's one of the great mages is just the domestic, I don't know what to think about that. Sorry, but first, ruler of the elves, could we meet with this flower storm monarch? Guts. I have an urgent request for the Flower Storm Monarch. This whole journey's been pinned on that hope. The one I need to see is so close now, please. I understand your impatience. But please relax as our guest. Not even an elf is going to disappear while you drink a cup of tea. Well, don't jinx it! If you make a scene in your haste, wouldn't that risk spoiling the monarch's mood? Yeah, we don't know if the monarch is going to be nice or not. Your companions must be tired from the long journey. I'll say, I think I'll have some tea. Oh yeah, you never change. I like that Roderick tolerates Magnifico, but Magnifico's such a little bitch. Besides, it looks like they've taken a liking to Danan's baked sweets. They are superb. My soul food. It's not as good as Flora's, though. Ah. Fine. Oh... Ishka, right. How did you been? Oh my gosh, you can't even understand what he's saying. It's kind of disorienting how violent things have been until now. Yeah, it always feels like something, like it feels like something bad's going to happen. Like this is too good to be true because they've been like having just nonstop battles up until this moment. And now everything's like, here's some cakes and cookies. And it's like, oh my gosh, we've been eating these forever. But, oh, trolls and enchanted Kushan beasts. A ghost ship and a sea god. That really was quite an adventure. Yeah, I guess. I like the little circle table. That's really cute. Oh, Danan's actually really tall, maybe. It's gotten to where we're fighting for our lives every day. Well, that's blowing it a bit out of proportion, but it's not far off. Is that true? Yes, even as a mage, I admit it's strange we arrived here safely. Well, they'd have been wiped out long ago without you. The outside world's terrifying. Wow, I'd say it sounds thrilling. There you go again. That's the world the Hawk of Light brought about by way of the Great Roar. It's truly become a world of old legends and folklore. Could you explain a little bit more about that? Yeah. Okay, we'll get this from like a different perspective to see all of this. Since that day, have any of you caught sight of the branches that appear to stretch through the sky? Oh, those things you sometimes see on clear days? I thought they were strangely shaped clouds or something. They're quite convenient for us sailors. You can use them like constellations in broad daylight. Duh, I hadn't thought about that. Look at you, Roderick. Look at you. That's the world tree. It's a huge tree of legend that's said to connect the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Those are its branches. Ah, so yeah, it connects the three. It's like the heavenly delight picture. World tree, I've heard of it. It's from old folk tales, right? The magical interpretation is a tad more complex, though. You mean the dragon path. Oh, that's Flora's dearest student for you. You've learned well. I like that it's dragon path, and then Guts has the dragon slayer, and Guts is known as the flying fish that can cut through causality. So if there's the dragon path, it's like a path that he can go on, maybe. It's literally a massive fissure that penetrates the world, piercing deep into its layers of the physical and astral worlds. A fissure, like a crack. Well, what's that about? Try visualizing something like a mole burrow. On a very rare occasion, such as during a full moon, the paths will connect the physical and astral worlds. Small ones are called the elfin path, and they connect to the astral world shallows. Occasionally, children get lost in the woods and will get lost on them. The larger ones are called the dragon path and reach deep into the astral world. Like with the vortex, that egg at your side is a fetish for opening the dragon path deep into the abyss. Oh, so they've been like charms this whole time, in addition to what they already are. They're fetishes to help connect the worlds together. Well, it's nice to hear it said that way. That explains a lot. What is that? How sinister. Mr. Potato Head? Makes me laugh. Yeah, Cedro, you would think. My concern is whether that belongs to you or you're merely carrying it. Which could it be? You're a mage, all right. I once heard the same kind of thing in another forest. And like I said before, this is mine. Oh, Guts' face. Isn't that thing dangerous? Well, it's downright ghastly. Well, don't let it curse you. Sure enough, he's like this even back home. Oh, he's cute up close. His favorite food is cheese. Oh, Betchy. Excuse me, could you please tell me, why was the attack on the forest of the spirit tree connected to the arrival of that world tree? Young lady, forest of the spirit tree is a generic term for lands throughout the interstice where several large trees exist. And each of those large trees is a parasitic plant like mistletoe, with its roots fastened spiritually into the world tree. Oh! Parasitic. As a mage, you must know this. Mistletoe stems neither from the heaven nor the earth, and therefore it symbolizes our physical world. So it is with the trees of the forest in the spirit tree. By absorbing power from the world tree, they hindered the expansion of its branches into the physical world. Mages living in the forest of the spirit tree used the vast spiritual power surrounding their tree to deepen their understanding of magic while guarding that land and maintaining the balance between the physical and the astral worlds. Your mistress was one such mage. I like that this whole thing, like the world tree and everything, was all like hinted at a long time ago with Flora, and it all connected even back then. The forest tree, the forest of the spirit tree, is now almost entirely ashes. And so the world tree has grown rampant, recalling the ancient chaos of the intermingled physical and astral worlds. Thus, I'd like to ask the Black Swordsman about his deep connection with him. Oh, shit. Okay. Who is the Hawk of Light? What is it he desires so much that he'd be reincarnated as the guardian angel of longing and then transform the world this way? Can you tell me? Oh, well, we'll just have Guts talk now about Griffith. Well, why not? You've had time to think about this, right? I like Griffith being called the guardian angel of longing because it's his desire, right? He's all about desire. Great. Guts being like, great. I thought to be free of my obsession with him by the time we reached our destination. I never thought I'd be questioned about him. He'll have his own kingdom. That's what he'd say back in our mercenary days. Seizing a kingdom, that does make sense. According to my scryings, it seemed he had restored an ancient metropolis near the foot of the world tree. Okay, so he did bring back Berserk's kingdom. He just made it his own. Okay. He just combined it in this new world of chaos. It's ironic that the root of his tree is like the eye of a storm, a land of calm spiritual power that repels any wicked ethereal bodies. You could say it's the one and only kingdom where people can live in peace and prosperity. So it's basically at the heart of the tree. So it basically is like the eye of the storm. It's reverting all of the darkness outside of it. Who knows? The Hawk of Light caused the great roar. Just who is this companion of yours? Oh, he's a monster. I've had more than my share of surprises thus far, but to think your nemesis is capable of changing the world, that defies all imagination. Farnese wiping off Casca's face. The Black Swordsman associated with someone like that. Impressive object, check into this. You're never off the clock. Ha! I like Roderick's like, good luck with that, bud. Too complicated. I don't get it. Relax. I'm in the dark too. I like that Isidro is just like, don't worry. I'm clueless as well. It's great. Well, hey, listen. Something hasn't been lining up for me. Is that Hawk of Light guy, the White Hawk, that Midland hero? He is. So that hawk used magic or whatever to fill the world with monsters. You pretty much got it. And so Guts and the Hawk go way back. Don't tell me. My hero, the band of the Hawk's 100-man killer, was a buddy of yours? No, damn it, Isidro. Well, almost. Wow, introduce me. I like Guts is like, oh my God, Isidro. He really is just the worst. No, boy. To seize a kingdom, no. To establish the only kingdom in the world. He changed the world itself. That's utterly absurd. Any means to achieve his ends, eh? Not quite. For him, it's more like an end to his means. I mean, the idea of him, he's like, well, if I can't get my own kingdom, I'll just make my kingdom the only one. So nothing's changed. Getting his kingdom, that's just one step along his way. He'll continue soaring higher and higher. That's Griffith the Hawk. Yeah. Like I said, he's not going to be satisfied with just the kingdom. And Guts points it out. He's like, he's going to keep going because if he's going to live up to that hawk motif, he's got to keep flying, you know? But then it's like, at what point, like, what do you end up doing? Like, you get your own kingdom, so then what? You got to control the universe, then what? It's like, Griffith is literally trying to outdo Icarus and fly into the sun. But I'm like, to what's the point? Like, at what point do you stop? Elf Helm. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that Guts was able to just come out and have this conversation and talk about Griffith. But he's very much like, just like, let's get it over with. He's like, what else can I say about him? Like, which is so fascinating to me because Guts started out being so hell-bent on revenge, and it very much was following that stereotypical plot of, oh, I'm going to go at, it's me and him, we're going to be rivals forever and everything like that. But now Guts is just like, I don't have any business with him. He can keep going and doing that. That's not my jam anymore. So have fun with that. It's interesting to me that it's gone in directions I didn't think it would go, you know? I feel like I've become a dwarf. What's also interesting is that these trees and everything of Elfhelm, again, because the astral world, it's like light and dark reflecting off each other. This is like the light version of Qlipoth, which is interesting to me. Don't stray from the line or you'll get lost. Yeah, in that forest. Well, it's bright despite how dense the forest is. It's like the entire forest is giving off light. It's because it's filled with a vast odd. It's strong but gentle. So this forest is where the elven ruler lives. It also feels like my body's lighter. Oh! Oh, say what? Oh, you evolved. Uppity for a human. Isidro's like a grasshopper. Wow, a grasshopper's actually fitting for him. For real? I flew too. It's because there aren't many weight elementals here. Oh, wait, barytes. Barytes? An element outside the fire, wind, water, and earth that make up the world. Go planet. It's the weight elemental, extremely minute beings that tie those four great elements together. A barytes is so small you can even scry it. But when gathered together, they make objects heavy, darken the sky, and produce things like depression and obsession in the mind. Such things would generally clash with those who dwell in this forest. Oh, don't shake. It's true. My body feels light. Huh. Well, maybe that's why Guts is in a much better mood. The beast of darkness is kind of driven away and repelled in this place. Maybe knowing that will help Casca if she gets her mind back to not be like completely absorbed with depression. Maybe that'll help her when she initially gets those memories back. Oh, but Pick, Puck, long time. Oh, Pick. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of them pop out. Oh, Pick. Hi, Pick. Hi, Puck. Long time. Oh, hey, Peck. It's Puck. He's alive. Oh, I'm sure he forgot the way homie was playing around, Pook, that sneak. Oh, poor Poke was lonely. Not that I remembered that until now. Oh, my God. They're all of Puck's siblings. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm waiting to see that one elf. Oh, my God. They're everywhere. It's people, humans. The mages have brought some humans. Wow, this is literally the opposite of Cleofoth. The opposite of it. Like the other angle of it. Wow. There are centaurs. There are goat and deer men. There are elves. There's like the opposite of the trolls. There's like schnozzes that aren't scary. What? And unicorns? What? And kappas? Like all of it. Okay. All right. Well. How about that? This is amazing. Elf Helm indeed. Welcome, human. Welcome. Where'd you come from? Where are you here? Treasure hunting? First, a song. Come on. Let's dance. Let's party. Oh my God. They've just entered and there's like lute players. It's just a giant rave. Guts is like, I didn't come here to party. Oh my gosh. The wind. Oh! The one is clad in the wind. Oh my God. All of the Serpico's surrounded by all of these wind women. He's like, oh, hey ladies, how's it going? Oh no, are they going to take him away? Oh my gosh, Serpico. Oh my gosh. And Isidro and her get on unicorns. This is like, it feels all too good to be true, you know? It just does. Let's go. Do you plan to eat me? What do you want? This is chaos. That's the way it is with elves. We're just used to just two of them. So nobody in this forest has any discipline. It definitely feels like little Chestnut's hometown. Oh, you came from the outside, right? Tell us about it. What about the outside world? She's like, oh, well, if you insist. I'll tell you about mine, Shirk's gorgeous adventure. Oh my gosh, Evalera. Oh my gosh, they all look like Puck, except with different hairstyles. Oh, he's serious. That human's got a serious vibe. It's too heavy. I can't deal. He's not cut out for this forest. But then that's scarce. Yeah, you don't see it much. Well, let's welcome him. What's it going to be? We've got to use a serious vibe for this. Wrinkled forehead, all dramatic. Thou hast done to reach this land, human. I would first praise thee. But this still is too soon to relax. Should thou wishest to advance, thou must first get past us, the four big P's. We are not mass-produced. They're his relatives, all right. Oh my gosh. Well, this sure got out of hand. Would you mind, Dannon? Oh my God. She's like, gather. She just gathers them. All right, everyone. March on home. Party's over. They're more trouble than the monsters in a way. That was a rough reception. They're not so bad here, you know. That damn pack horse. Elves rule. I would much rather, as this feels so weird compared to all of the nightmare fuel that we've had the last 10 years in this manga, but I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to turn it down. Oh, wow. And there's the big giant tree. I feel Attack on Titan was influenced by this. I feel it was. I feel Isayama saw this chapter and was like, I know what I can do with this. Okay. I want to say, oh, what have we got going on here? Well, damn, up close it looks a lot more like a mountain than a tree. You could put a whole castle on top. So it's just a cherry tree, huh? How many fruit grows on this thing anyway? Yeah, you can eat all the cherries you want year round. They grow back as soon as you pick them. It's so majestic, like some otherworldly spectacle. It's so pretty with so many elves. Oh, and they're all on the tree, yeah, on each of the flowers. Dwelling in this huge spirit tree and attended by so many elves. Why does that irk me? Just how powerful is the Flower Storm Monarch? Oh, Casca with that eating that cherry tree. I'm like Miura. I do have a little. There's like a little dissonance where Miura has the fact that Casca's been traumatized into stupidity, but then he draws her with like a dumb face that's kind of cute. I'm like, Miura, what are we doing with you? Okay, I wonder if Guts is going to see that elf that he saved. I want him to see her again. Oh, Mr. Puck. Mr. Puck. Oh, Magnifico? It's like a maze. To be sure, you remember, you know what? You know what? You surely haven't forgotten already about putting you on the elven throne. Oh, yes, that's right. I remember. If you would please first intermediate with the current ruler. Oh, I'll do what thou must. I'm like, oh, Magnifico, honey, you don't even realize. Oh, wow. There's just elves everywhere. Wow. I'm going to fix my camera a little bit. What the hell? The tree itself is a palace. Oh dear, such a mess in the light of day, no less. Brownies, we have guests. Help out. What are they called brownies for? What? They look like something off of Eureka's castle. And then all the centaurs and the lute players. The mushrooms as drums are cute. At last, the audience. Hurry. So what kind of leader does Puck have anyway? Yeah, I'm curious about this elf monarch. Because this is all super cutesy. What? The King Elf hath arrived. Lower your heads. What? Schierke's face! Schierke's face! You can't even see Guts' face. Oh my gosh. And them lowering Puck onto the throne. Oh my god. Schierke's face and Guts and Yzma. Oh my god. Puck was the king? This is a coup d'etat. How can this be? What's he doing? Is that right? Got me. Cool if it means less work. Oh my god. I miscalculated. I had no idea that Elf was so that. I better feign complete ignorance of this, or my plan to develop a market for elves is kaput. What? Now, if you toady to me now, my financial minister, Magnifico, will pay you handsomely. You sold the kingdom to humans? Yes. Well, that's treason! Whatever could he be talking about? Elves, I swear, all they do is joke around. Magnifico, my loyal retainer. Your plan to overthrow the kingdom was crushed. We're in big trouble. Run! Take them away. See you in Valhalla. Oh my god, what? As much as I appreciate the humor and the fact that the elves, they don't care. They're just like, oh, okay. I do wonder is like the monarch even a thing? Is the monarch even real? Or are they just doing this? Oh, well. Oh. You can't go overthrowing the kingdom, Puck. The housekeeper. Perhaps contact with the outside world's corrupted you. Oh, she looks like Rosine. She reminds me of what Rosine could have looked like. She even has like the same little antennae kind of like Rosine too. Oh, well, you know. I mean, I don't have the figure to pull off that dress, but I do love... It almost looks like... The top part looked like dragon scales. That's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Well, hello. Hello. Hello, housekeeper. Welcome to my Elf Helm, travelers. Oh, well, hi. How you doing, girl? Oh, they're petals. I wondered if they were like dragon scales, but her outfit is made of petals. Oh my gosh. Is she maybe the one that got saved? I don't think so because is she the king of Elfhelm? Tell me answers. The Flower Storm Monarch. Wow. She's beautiful. The Flower Storm Monarch indeed, just as the moniker suggests. Sure smells nice. Yzma never change. Yeah, gorgeous. Very, very Rosine, but like all the wings and everything. The giant. It feels very Sailor Moon. An extraordinary spiritual pressure. It's nice and warm, reminds me of the Spirit Tree Mansion, but it's comfortable like I'm wrapped up in it. The Flower Storm Monarch, we made it here. This is the ruler of the elves. Oh, just a moment, please. I'm going to punish these two first. Yes, serious. Puck, you have been tainted by human worldliness. You want to be king that badly? The king is free to lie around and eat good food. I'm going to be the idle living king. Don't you guys already do that anyway? Well, now that you mention it, besides, I love that her face looks like the elves too. She's so ethereal, but then when she gets down on Puck's level, she kind of becomes like him. The king has work to do. Work? Yes. Every day I clean up all the food you guys leave lying about, so this cherry tree that's both our dwelling and kingdom doesn't wither. Oh, to keep on good terms with our neighbors, the mages I cook, clean, and chat with the village elders. Lately, I've started to feel like I'm actually a brownie. Oh my God! I love that this ethereal, beautiful, gorgeous queen is like just as non-serious. That's actually amazing. Do you still want to be king? All hail Elf Helm! Glory to the Flower Storm Monarch! Now, who is this? Magnifico. Quick to confess! A villain plotting to make me his puppet king and sell the island elves to a bunch of humans. Wouldn't that be a bit ill-advised? If you tried to make these deadbeats pest, you'd soon find yourself living in a pigsty. It'd be a torrent of complaints and refunds. I love that that's what she said. She's like, besides, all the astral and physical worlds have gotten mixed together since the Great Roar. With elves emerging everywhere, I bet their value has plummeted. Your evil deeds are at an end. Oh no, why did I go through such awfulness to get here? I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, he made this plea to try to get all the elves because he thought they'd have value, but now that the worlds have merged, there's probably elves everywhere. Oh no. Therefore, I sentence you to the maximum penalty for conspiring to subvert the throne. I was brainwashed. I cannot be charged with a crime as I was legally unaccountable due to diminished capacity. I need a lawyer. If it's money you want, I'll pay any amount. I condemn you both to assist the brownies for the rest of the day. For the rest of the day! Have mercy, I want a retrial. Wait, what? I like it that she's just like, come on now. How'd you think I was going to punish you? You guys didn't actually do anything. So, now that's all cleaned up. As ruler of this island's elves, I am formally known as the Flower Storm Monarch. But please, call me Danan. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, so Danan, let me go back. I missed. Danan, the domestic, she was the one, it was her hat. Okay, I thought the housekeeper. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I thought the housekeeper was just introducing her, but she is her, Danan. Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess maybe the old mages referred to Danan the domestic just to like throw visitors off. I'm all about subverting that kind of, I was like, is the island going to end up being kind of like old fashioned and very outdated? But maybe it's Miura's trying to subvert that by making her like the ruler to make up for it. Interesting. I've heard your tale, Black Swordsman. You wish to restore the young raven-haired woman to her senses. Here we go. You can do that. If we use the Corridor of Dreams, most likely. That's a relief then. Well, good news, Chief. Congratulations. That's great. Yeah. I would like to start off with a welcome banquet, But I imagine you're too impatient to want that. Would you like us to go ahead and perform the ritual? Oh, yes, please. Then the raven-haired woman and you beside her, can you come with me, along with the little witch who came from the outside? Us? The most suitable for the ritual are the one from upon whom which it's performed and those whom bonds are strong. She's quite attached to the blonde girl. And you are Flora's protege and accustomed to magic rituals, right? Well, then hold on. Count me in. That, I'm afraid I must decline. Here we go. Because you don't want her to be... I sense strong fear from her towards you. That would likely hinder the ritual. Guts, it'll be all right. Farnese and I are both mages to some extent, so please trust in your companions. Yeah, Guts is like, fine, I'll leave it to you. Take care of Casca. That took a lot for Guts, because for him to have to stand aside. I'm glad he wanted to be there for her, but yeah, and it might be better to have her away from something that could possibly have darkness attached to it. That might be too much. Well, it will take a while for the ritual to finish. If we stay here, we'll be playing things for the elves again. It'd be best to come back later. Is it okay to leave Puck and Magnifico behind? They'll probably catch up when they're done working. We've come all this far. All we can do now is wait and have faith. This way, this way. Flowerstorm Monarch, may I ask something? Ask me what? And you may call me Danan. Danan, just what is the Corridor of Dreams? It's what it sounds like. I'll have you two enter into her dreams. Into her dreams, you'll delve deep into her mind and decipher the clues strewn about there and formulate a solution. That is the Corridor of Dreams' ritual. Well, that makes sense why we wouldn't want Guts to go there, because he'd be so traumatized he'd probably get personally affected and compromise it. Is that possible? I don't think. I shall guide you. I see now. It's the same principle as when a mage uses a ritual to dive into the astral world. You and I have luminous bodies, so there should be no problem. Do bear one thing in mind, though. You could say dreams are a part of the astral world, but the rules therein stem from the mind of the dreamer. The first thing you must do is uncover those rules. The ritual will take place here, and I suppose you'd call it the magic mushroom bed. These little ones have drawn plenty of spiritual energy from the cherry tree roots, and they'll lure you into a dream state. Lie down wherever you wish. You must stay here, Schierke. Relax and breathe slowly and inhale the spores. So basically, Casca is the one who makes the rules for the dream, and they have to figure out those rules before they can even navigate it. And now go on your way. Unforgettable memories, nevertheless forgotten. Buried feelings, they've all been strewn about. Go and wander the corridor of dreams, where signs and symbols of those things are gathered. Well, we're about to see all the darkness and terrible shit again. This is so interesting because they're going to be able to see what Casca's gone through, which has been something that Farnese has struggled with, because Farnese is like, well, why does Guts care about Casca so much? Well, now she's going to find out. And Schierke has been wondering, like, what's up with Guts? Why is he like the way he is? Now she's going to find out. And the question is, is Casca going to be able to get out of all that? And then what's going to happen when she wakes up from it? I have a feeling that the Flowerstorm Monarch knows. It's just a matter of, how's it going to end up playing out? I'm really honestly surprised because one, I kind of was starting to get like ominous vibes from the Flowerstorm Monarch. Like maybe she was going to like turn coat and be working for Griffith or some crazy thing. Like it all seemed like we weren't going to get to this point. But also I like how she went from this matron in the hall to being the queen of the elves. I think that's interesting. I feel like there's also like a bit of humbleness to her and a part of her that's kind of dedicated to helping others, like community service. And she doesn't give off the air of a monarch, which I like a lot. I like that she's a lot more grounded and kind of homey. I see it. Oh my God, she thinks Isidro's a monkey. Oh my God, her face is so cute. With the honey, that's adorable. Your sweet secret, your honey. Oh no, this isn't. I'll tell on you. I'll tell your mistress and Guts and Farney. I'll so tell on you. No mercy, no holds bar. Oh, golden wheel of flame. Dream on. Oh no! This is really cute. This is the little chibi versions of her. Oh no! This is actually really adorable. Wait, this is my dream. Oh, to that door. What's up with the honey? What's up with the honey? What's... Before she leaves the dream, she's like, get out. So, I find it interesting that she dreams of Isidro as being her big bother. I really wanted to ship Isidro with Yzma, but then they sneaked that ship back in. I love that she just bonks him anyway. I don't know if that honey is supposed to say something sexual or not. I'm not going to think about it. Instead, we have Farnese scrubbing and being useful. You've got better at doing laundry. It's because you showed me the ropes. It's a big help for all of us, and we're grateful, I suppose. Oh. That's our Commander Farnese. Well done, not a single stain. We're proud of you. Your dedication is truly admirable. You set an example for God's lambs. No, I just have a good washing stone. Oh, wow. And the white shirts and all of that. Oh, my gosh. That just leaves you, Guts. I'm in your hands. Wow. Oh, my gosh. And I'm eating on the Mosga stone. I can't wash you well if you don't hold still. Oh, Lord. Don't pray. Keep your hands free. Oh, and the sword being hung up as laundry. Oh my gosh. That's such a weird dream of her. It's surprisingly a lot more cheerful with Mosgus there than I expected. You're only half drained. It's no time. Now let's go to Casca's dream. This is Casca's. This is me? This is a typical dream of hers within her shallow consciousness. Yeah, no, it's going to seem all nice and fun, but she's chasing those butterflies. Oh, and there's the eclipse. Oh, well, shit. Well, shit. No. The dimly lit wasteland. Oh, my God. Well, yep. Oh, wow. All these bat wings. They look like bat wings and pieces of like Guts's cloak and also like grave markers. A wasteland dimly illuminated by a black sun. Oh my God. Yeah, it looks like Femto's wings along with like torches, along with Guts. Oh, it's What an eerie, savage, and desolate scene. What must have transpired for one's psyche to resemble such a landscape? What are all these flag-like things planted about? And what's that mountain of needles in the distance? For now, I do not know. But determining their meaning is the very goal of this journey. Right. Anyway, first we need to find Casca as she exists in this world. But how in such a vast landscape? It seems in dreams distance and scale are merely symbolic. Focus and the sign or omen will surely... What's that? Oh my God. What is that dog supposed to represent? With all of the different, like, sticks and stakes stuck through it? Is she in the coffin or is she supposed to be the dog? Oh my God. An impaled hound dragging a casket. Oh my God. And it's Guts. Guts is the dog. And it's dragging the casket of Griffith. Or is Griffith in the casket? And the eye on the dog is gone. Oh my God. So how she views Guts in her dream is that he's just carrying around Griffith rather than letting go of him and being with her. Oh. And they're all like the bats. Oh my God. And they're the ones sticking him with the daggers. So is Griffith in the casket or is it Casca and Griffith's trying to get to the casket? And the Band of the Hawk is that version of her that he's still dragging around wanting to get back. What? Oh, the imagery of this is incredible. What do? We have to help the hound. Right. Oh, we did it. Is it dangerous getting close? That's all right. Mm-hmm. He seems to not realize we're not enemies. This is Guts as he exists in this world. Yeah, it's probably good that he didn't come and see this. I mean, as much as he probably needs to. He's a dog, and in this is a dream. He's covered in wounds. He's lost his left foreleg, and the conclusive evidence is the brand on his neck. All the signs match. Which means it feels like we're disturbing a grave, but... Oh. A broken doll. It's Casca. How she feels in her mind, like this doll that was broken and used and wasn't able to do anything for herself. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Ugh, that's so creepy. This crumbling hollow doll is her. Oh. Guts, is something wrong? Take a look from this side. There's something small inside the chest. A tiny person. She's even smaller than Pucker Valera. She's a fragment of Casca's self, so to speak. Oh, come here. There's nothing to fear. She's adorable. She won't hold still, typical of the Casca that we know. Oh, watch out. We can't afford for the wind to carry her off. Let's put her back. Were this little Casca separated from the doll here in her mind, it could affect her in the physical world. That's true. We'll just sit tight now. I'm sorry, I'll play with you again later. It kind of looks like the little kid, right? I have a handle on the overall situation. As for what we do from this point forward, well, let's follow the guidance. Come, this must be what you wish as well. Oh my God, the idea of Guts carrying the casket by the chain with the remnants of her that was destroyed. It's like the Band of the Hawk's funeral. Oh my God. Oh. The corridor of dreams, the bonfire of dreams, you know. What a surprise this is. There's no way the elves will just sit still. Wow, and all the fireworks and everything. This does have a bonfire of dreams feel to it for sure. I run through the line of spirits, then swoop, and then with my salamander dagger, I finish it off. You're a marrow? That's right, she's drunk. Oh no! There went Menundies. What, girl? Oh, she became a fish. Oh no. Oh my gosh, no. She's just a kid. Don't let her drink. Stop. Oh my gosh, the brownies and Magnifico waiting tables. Oh, I love it. This is exploitation. The brownies being like little trolls are actually adorable. Oh. Him just sitting there waiting for Casca. Oh my God, dude. Like the hound. May we join you, Chief? Let's just us men enjoy a night of the blossoms. Oh, Roderick and Serpico and Guts, these three dudes. Oh my God. Because Farnese is gone as well. Oh my God. Oh. His like face of longing there. I understand how you feel, but at this point, all you can do is leave it to others. Isn't that what our voyage, what our whole journey was for? But then you don't seem to like doing that. That's true, or it used to be. But a lot has changed. This journey's taught me a few things. Alone. Oh, wow, from the beginning. Yes. My own body on the line. I could rough it without regard for how worn out it got. But with the two of us, my sword grew heavy. I could no longer afford to die, and I could no longer handle it all on my own. I've set aside my own ways, accepted help from others, and have pushed onward. I'd like to thank you. To hear such commendable words from you, are you drunk already? Could be. Well, I can speak similarly concerning my own experience on this journey. When the two of us served as Holy Iron Chain Knights, we put our faith in God and enjoyed relatively peaceful days. Our only duty was to obey the will of the Holy See. I can't say we were happy, but it suited Lady Farnese at the time. But then our encounter with you literally reduced it all to ashes. Having lost her faith, Lady Farnese became obsessed with you, the destructive spark. Oh, I love that. Having served her since childhood, I could do nothing but stand beside her. But you managed to do it with ease somehow that I had deemed unthinkable. You breathed life into Lady Farnese. To be honest, I wanted to murder you multiple times. I was bewildered by the intensity of my emotions. Nonetheless, I was happy and proud of Lady Farnese, who was learning to stand on her own. And then I realized that Casca is the reason that Lady Farnese has grown strong. That a person with someone to protect will rise to the task. I do appreciate that. I've been thinking about that this whole volume. And if, as much as I love the dream sequence with the casket and the dog and the broken doll, and I think the symbolism is haunting and very well done, do I think that it deserved to go all this time with Casca having no character development? No. I'm not to the end of this arc yet, though, so, it may prove to be worth it. But and this storyline of Farnese had to grow strong by protecting Casca, I think you could have had it done through a different character and still let Casca have her sanity. I think Miura could have made it work, but it is what it is. I don't think it was worth it for me as far as a reader goes, but it is what it is. Nowadays, it's as if she were devotedly watching over her own little sister. So let's have patience and trust in their bond. As for me, I've come to trust my company enough to speak my feelings. Well, you might be drunk. Feelings, murder, dangerous stuff. But why not? Grown men risk life and limb on the high seas, all for woman's sake. It's also appealing to me. Oh, Roderick's just a romantic. Look at him. When I meet my end, I want to drown in the sea, in wine or in women. Captain, you are drunk. Roderick has a Pixis vibe going on. He wants to be drunk and surrounded by women. Okay, sure. We're gonna beat the allegations in this volume for sure. And more than anything, there's no guarantee that your wish will be her wish. I mean, they're in her dream realm though, so she clearly considers guts to be important. As this mad dog carrying around her casket. Casca, casket, Guts the mad dog. Oh. We've walked quite a ways. Where are these petals leading us? Against the wind, no less. Oh, we're going to go through all this. Time and distance are ambiguous here. Although I think we're about due for some omen. Oh, it's a campfire. This is a scrap of Casca's memory. The campfire of dreams. Yep, okay, the bonfire of dreams, yep. You smooth talker. You sound like some princess. It's a Guts I don't know. Uh-huh. I'm like, are they going to see him and her get it on? Is that going to be a thing? It's what Casca felt at the time. It's bittersweet and tender, a strange feeling. You could just scatter them by blowing all these little flames. Oh, it was a piece. A piece of her. Oh! And the doll's restored. This is a rule of this world. We'll gather the fragments of Casca's memory scattered throughout this wasteland and repair the doll. Oh, okay. All right. What's those shadowy things? They intend to hinder us. Oh, I like that she has this, like, wheel with an eye. A stroke of luck. Both of you assist us. Oh, okay. This little ammonite fossil and this fetish that's here to help. Well, it is a dream, so why not? Oh my gosh. And we'll just surge forward. Okay. I do like the idea of we're going to piece together her memories by rebuilding her from the broken doll that she became. Okay. All right. That works. Oh, a sword and a helmet. A boy. Oh, who might he be? Oh, well, we're going back in time to when she first met him. Guts in his youth, yeah. I went back and looking at the older volumes, Miura's artwork has changed so much. It has developed so much. Like, you don't notice it because you're reading as you go and you don't think about it because it just changes subtly over time. But then when you go back to the beginning, you're like, wow, this artwork has changed a lot. And it really has. Casca's fighting spirit. I'm dead. Oh, and there's that, him giving her another piece again. And then she takes the piece back. Okay. Okay. Keep it up, Guts the dog. Uh-huh. The Shark Knight. Oh my gosh. A sense of unity with her comrades and satisfaction and exaltation at completing her duty. Does being born of the nobility mean you're chosen by God? It feels like a blow to the head. It's similar to how I feel about Guts. Something changed inside Casca at this point. I like that. Okay, so Farnese, how she feels about Guts. She doesn't love him romantically, like what we were talking about with Sonia and Casca, but she admires him and views him as kind of like a savior or a beacon of light, and that's how Casca viewed Griffith. Okay. Oh, wow. All these spiders and bugs. And she's like, nope, we're going to keep going. Get out of here. Shoo, shoo, shoo. And the chandelier. Oh, my gosh. Yes. The White Phoenix General. Bewilderment, swelling joy, a moment of glory with her comrades. But this aching reluctance. Traces of anxiety and loneliness. Oh, maybe because Guts left her and she felt lonely from that. Oh, a cave. Frustration at Guts and jealousy. Oh, and her throwing her stuff at him, man. And that view of Guts just sitting back there relaxing, you know, like he do. But this feeling. A broken sword. Yeah, they're getting everything. They're getting caught up with it all. Helplessly unable to come between them. Sorrow enough to rend her heart in two. And this feeling welling up as she stares at his back. I knew it. I'm kind of torn because on the one side, in the one aspect, I like that Farnese and Schierke are getting caught up with what's been going on so that if something happens between her and Guts and they fight or something, then the two of them will kind of know what's been going on. On the other hand, I wish that it was Casca going through all of this. I know she's there, and I know that they're helping her get back, so I get the mechanics of it, but a part of me wishes that we could get Casca's perspective through all of this, but the point is she doesn't have her mind back, so I get it. It's just me being picky. Hairballs. Oh my god. They must be something Casca rejects viscerally. Oh my god. So hairballs are a no-go. Nope. Oh, the Lady of the Lake. Clad in the purest of chamoite. A waterfall from the sky. Oh man. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They're fighting, but he grabs her. Uh-huh. Well, girls, are you about to... Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no, you mustn't look. Yes. You mustn't look. It's for scholarly reference. This is how it is. No. I've known this from the start. Seeing Guts look that tranquil, though. Overflowing feelings. Affection, sorrow. These are Casca's feelings and hers alone. We still have a long way to go. Beneath an unsinking black sun, through the boundless gloom, our journey continues. Yeah. I hate that there's sorrow mixed in with that. I hate that there's sorrow mixed in with her and Guts together, but then it did feel like they still had to go rescue Griffith, and they still weren't sure of each other, and then there was the whole scene under the waterfall, like... all of that. So Farnese is like, I've known all along that they've loved each other, but she's like, I was just telling myself not. Oh, wow. Okay, so like the Band of the Hawk. Ooh. So we're piecing her back together. Slowly but surely. The question is that baby going to get involved in all this? Are they going to see the baby? And Corcus and all them, and Zod, and the waterfall. Oh, she's got the little tiny Casca on her shoulder. Wow, okay. A month, maybe even a year. It almost feels like not a day has passed. How much time has passed now anyway? I can't tell. The passage of time is sort of surreal in dreams. We appear to be headed towards that pincushion. But the doll is only missing a few fragments. The end of our journey must be near. Oh, and this volume's going to end, isn't it? It's probably safe to call that our terminus. It's covered in a tremendously deep miasma. It probably symbolizes the thing that shattered Casca's mind. As we approach, I suspect we'll face enemies far more powerful than the demons thus far. Oof. Oh, buddy. Keep your guard up as we persist. Yes. Are you frightened? It's all right. I'm sure that it'll work out. She's saying something. Well, see, maybe it's a result of gathering the fragments. So what's she saying? There's something I want to see. Someone she wants to see. What does that mean? Probably. I want to see. I'm sure we'll make that happen. Because it's what he wished for. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. So Casca is somebody I want to see. Is it the baby that she wants to see? Is it Griffith? Is it Guts? Oh, my God. He wanted her to come back. Oh, my gosh. Damn it. Okay. Let's look at these covers first. So, oh yeah, cover 37. Cover 37's fine. It's a little bit monochrome for me. I wish it had it's not busy, but it's almost too simple. I like there to be a little bit more color. Oh, wow. And then volume 38 is very interesting. Volume 38, definitely these last two covers There's a lot going on in volume 39. It's too much, but there's a lot going on. He's just like, oh hell, the shrooms have kicked in. I feel like these last two covers, Miura is experimenting with a different art style, which is cool. I like it, but I definitely like the coloring, the shading. It's more soft around the edges. It seems more soft, like with the cover, then there's not the harsh lines outlining it. And I don't know if that's because we're getting into Fantasia and the Elf Island, but maybe that's it. Anyway, there were some posters up front. How spoilery are they? Well, there's Guts. Oh man. There's Guts swinging down. I like that one. Oh, wow. Such spoilers. Oh, Danan. Look at her. Beautiful. I love she's pink. All the pink. Yes, please. And Ivalera. Wow. She looks like Chapel Roan. Can Chapel Roan cosplay as her? I'm going to tell Chapel Roan's Facebook, be like, look, you need to cosplay as Danan because you have an interesting resemblance to her. If you could do that, that'd be great. Look at Rickard and Erica. Okay, see, this looks like it's been digitally colored. The way that the line and everything are, this looks digitally colored. Look at Erica and Rickard. Oh, I thought Erica's eyes would be blue. I'm so surprised that they're brown. Look at them. Oh, I love them together. The best. Oh, there's Puck and Ivalera. And then, and then there's Schierke and, oh, that's Isidro. Okay, I thought it was Young Guts for a second that was there, but no, it's Isidro. Oh, wow. There's Younger Guts. There he be. Look at Eric. Now, this one's not been digitally colored. That one is, I love that one of Erica and Rickard. That one's my favorite. I would maybe hang that up. That one's really, really cute. I love that one. That's sweet. See, look at how that one looks. It's been colored like with Copic markers. And then you go back to this one has been colored like on a computer. It looks like computer coloring. Okay. Interesting. Which, kudos to Miura for being able to do both, right? Kudos to him for him going both ways. It's so weird to me. It's so weird to me because, and I'm going to sound really morbid when I say this, and I'm not meaning to be morbid, but we're getting to the aspect of Berserk that we as the audience have been waiting to get to for a long time in this series. We're getting to this point that we've been waiting to get to for years and years and years and years and years. And it is kind of morbid and weird to me that right as Miura gets to getting to this point is when he passes, which is so, and I know it wasn't something, because I've got over here, I've been keeping track of like when the volumes were published because I wanted to have that information. I just looked up like years they were published. I didn't look up anything on the volumes. So everything pretty much was year to year until volume 36. And between volume 36 came out in 2011, which is wild. Volume 37 came out 2 years later in 2013, which is a time. Volume 38 came out 3 years later in 2016. So good for volume 38 because you kept your audience waiting 3 years to have a volume's worth of chapters. And that was the one with Rickard smacking Griffith. Good for you, Miura. So good on you. I don't know the reason why there were 2 years break in between 36 and 37 and then 3 years in between 16 and 17. Now, volume 39 came out in 2017, the following year. So it seemed like Miura got back on an upswing from that point. But then volume 40 came out in 2018. And then there was a 2-year break. And volume 41 came out in 2021. And that's around the time that Miura passed. Now, COVID and all of that, I'm sure COVID and quarantine and shelter in place had a major part to do with that. So that makes sense. That makes sense. And then volume 42 came out last year in 2023. So, and 42 is the one that Moira starts to illustrate and have done. So it just, the timing is so weird. So I don't know. I'm going to be researching Miura. I know that I saw in one interview that Moira said his health hadn't been bad. Now, whether that's true or not, who knows? But it's just the timing of it is so crazy that he managed to get this done and then passed. But I still have 3 volumes to go. So yeah, next week is volume 40. I'm assuming shit's going to go down in volume 40, and we're going to see if Casca's going to get her memories back or if the baby's going to get involved. They got to mention the baby. The baby's going to come into this. So, I won't be surprised if the person she wants to see is the baby. It's not Griffith. It's not Guts. It's the baby. And the thing about it is, I feel like it's going to break Guts's heart if she wants to go with the baby and find the baby and not stay with Guts. I'm going to get that and kind of get where she's coming from, but I'm going to feel heartbroken for Guts. I think he's going to accept it, but then I don't know, is he going to go after revenge on Griffith? What is he going to do? So, this feels like, honestly, it doesn't feel like we're entering the final act. But I don't know, because usually there has to be some kind of like catalyst to lead us to the final act, which I'm sure by the time we get to volume 42, we'll bring up the whole hero's journey again with it. But it's like, what do we do? What's Griffith going to be doing? Is Eric and Erica going to get to Silot's village that he has in secret? Are we going to find that out in the next 3 volumes? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out. So I'm curious also to know what your comments are down below. I hope you enjoyed this cosplay. But I'm going to scrub all this makeup off now, and I'm going to get this volume ready for Patreon and for YouTube. So I'm really glad that it's very close to the next volume coming out, because as soon as I check the comments for next week, I'm going to dive right into volume 40. Trust and believe. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yes, I'll be back very soon with more Berserk. Bye.